where the same law applies, and when before the person is pronounced guilty, accused are arrested, why should there be special treatment for Mr. Tejpal? Can you explain that?
The reaction of your reaction, Rahul Singh, your reaction amounts to, in one simple sentence, can be described in this manner. Your and Dalip Tahil's reaction. We are so shocked that the law of India is being applied to us. The law was never meant for us.
No.
The law is meant, the law is meant for lesser people.
What are you on?
The law is meant for lesser people because, no,
saying?
1 minute. I ask you tonight, I ask Dalip Tahil, I am well informed in these matters. Perhaps you are not. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The law
for everyone.
Yes.
No, I'm not. This is, you're just putting things. I mean, I haven't even said these things, and you're accusing me of having said it.
Mr. Dalip Tahil, let me tell you where you are wrong, please.
I never said anything about the law.
No, because if you don't know about the law, then you shouldn't be taking a blind position. But you took a blind position, Mr. Tahil.
Why are you making false statements?
But Mr. Tahil, you have been accusing the system of overextending itself. You and Rahul Singh.
I mean, I don't like the fact that you are saying things which I have not said.
But one second, Mr. Dalip Tahil,
facts right.
Mr. Tahil, my facts are right. You have no facts at your disposal. Factually, you are factually.
I never said anything that anybody is above the law.
Well, no, but Mr. Tahil, you don't know the law. I'm sorry to be direct with you. You don't know the law. I do.
I may not know the law.
1 second.
I may not know the law, but I'm pretty certain that the law applies to everyone.
But how can you, if you do not know the law, Mr. Tahil?
So, I mean, how
can you be pretty certain of the law if you don't know the law? I'm sorry. That's an oxymoronic comment.
Well, I may not know all the details of the law since you're such a sort of a qualified lawyer.
Well,
perhaps
no,
then
if you don't, then Mr. Tahil.
I never said
then
that
Mr.
anybody is
Tahil.
above the law.
No, I must question you on this. Then Mr. Tahil, what you are doing, what you and a lot of people who do not know the law in this case are doing, that by going around pointing fingers at those who know the law and are asking why the law is not being applied in this particular case, 154, 156, 157, Supreme Court comments on this. The registration of an FIR is mandatory. And in fact, all the Supreme Court observations on these matters, including the observation that an informant may lodge a report about the commission of an offence, though he may not know the name of the victim or the assailant, establishes very clearly that the state is empowered to follow the law. I therefore ask you that I know, perhaps, I can understand that because of personal reasons.
I'm not saying you should.
No, I'm saying this.
Above the law.
I'm saying, Miss, 1 second. I'm saying this to you and to Mr. Rahul Singh. Let it be said clearly. I don't think Mr. Rahul Singh does not know the law. You may know, you may have your personal reasons for feeling that Tarun Tejpal should not have gone through this. But don't ever.
What?
Don't go ahead and say that those who are asking the questions are asking for the application of a wrong law in this case. If there is a right case for the application of a law, Rahul Singh, this is the case. This is the case. Even Mrunalini Deshmukh will agree with me, don't you?
I never said it, Arnab. What's the matter with you?
No, then where is all this prejudgment going from?
I have a question for Mr. Rahul Singh.
Rahul Narvekar.
When Mr. Tarun Tejpal and Tehelka came out with brilliant exposés in the past, whether it was Bangaru Lakshman or XYZ, why did they follow it up till the logical conclusion, till there were arrests in these cases? When they followed it, when they put attention on it, it was fair. When Mr. Tarun Tejpal is in the docks, you don't want anyone to take it through? Why is these double standards prevailing? Well, I mean, any justification for this? When Mr. Tejpal came out with exposés, no one said, why is Mr. Tejpal getting after these people? Why is he why does he want to get to the bottom of these cases? No one said this then. Why are we saying that now? It was the same media following up these cases. It was the same media which was following up the cases of Bangaru Lakshman. Why didn't we say then, we've reported it once, let's forget about it now? Why are you saying it now?
There is no answer from the other side to that.
Talking to me?
Yes, certainly to you. But anyway, you have no clear answer to that one, Mr. Dalip Tahil. Do you? Sunil Alagh wanted to come.
I don't know what you're on about.
Okay, Dalip,
first of all, you're saying things that I haven't said.
No,
then
Dalip,
you're on
one
about
second.
something.
Dalip Tahil.
Okay, fine. Dalip, I just want to say one thing. Look, basically, the moment an FIR is formed, even in the Muzaffarnagar riots against 2 BJP MLAs, or they were arrested. At the moment an FIR is lodged, they are arrested. Why in this case? It's been 1 week of everybody discussing whether he should be arrested, whether he shouldn't be arrested. And I want to ask Rahul, you know the facts now. You've read the letters. Rahul Singh, what is your opinion? after reading the letters, after what the girl has said, do you think that he should still be told, okay, that way even Kasab was told, you hang around for 3 years before we hang you. You had all the evidence, but everybody said he was a killer. So you would have said, no, even though we have all the evidence, let's sit back. Let's wait for the courts to decide. That's what I'm against. You have all the evidence in this case in front of you,
Rahul.
Rahul.
The courts decide.
Come on, I mean,
but the same process of law should be applicable to all. There's equality before the law and equal protection of the law.
Went in the Black Buck case, they took him to jail in Jodhpur. Nobody came up and said, why is he being taken to jail?
Mrunalini, what are the fault lines which have come?
Sunil Alagh.
Punishment has to be.
Can I answer?
Let Rahul Singh respond to Sunil Alagh briefly. Sunil Alagh,
you
Rahul Singh is replying.
And Mr. Narvekar, can I answer you and Mr. Narvekar? Mr. Narvekar mentioned about the Bangaru Lakshman case. What happened eventually? Was he sent to jail? Was that case eventually properly
there is a conviction against him when Mr. Singh
was driven bankrupt. Tehelka was driven bankrupt by the then government. They went after the people who funded Tehelka. They went after the whole Tehelka.
My question, Mr.
Bangaru Lakshman.
Mr. Rahul Singh, can I settle this once and for all? What has that got to do with Mr. Tarun Tejpal's sorry little pathetic attempt to rape a young girl of his daughter's age? What does that have to do with Tarun Tejpal's attempt to rape a girl of his daughter's age? What has that got to do with Tarun Tejpal's rape attempt?
Narvekar brought this up.
Yes,
what has that got to do with Tarun Tejpal? Because you repeat it every time. Tell me, what does it have got to do with this rape attempt? What does it have to do?
No, I only mentioned it because
No, don't say you only mention it. You know what we are talking about tonight. We are not talking Bangaru Lakshman. We are talking his rape attempt.
Yeah. In this case, in the rape attempt, what you call the rape attempt, with the new laws and all that, it's meant to be a rape, really. All I'm saying is that from what I've read about what Tarun Tejpal wrote, what the victim has written, Tarun Tejpal is totally the wrong. I agree. But we have to have it in court before a conviction is done.
Of course it is in court.
You are convicting him already.
Of course it is in court.
You are convicting him already.
Please, don't.
No, my question to Mr. Rahul Singh is, what is his problem? His problem is that...
Look.
Just a minute. Bear me for half a minute.
Interpretation of the law.
Is Mr. Rahul Singh's problem that the media is carrying this story too long and they should not carry this story anywhere forward? Or is his problem that we are sitting in judgment? Because if he thinks we are sitting in judgment, I don't think anyone out here is doing that. No one has said that Mr. Tejpal is guilty. He may be having his version. Let him give it before the authorities. But if you think the media is going to stop because you don't like the media to take it forward, that's absolutely unfair. You didn't say the same when other people were tried, when other people were in the docks. You didn't say the same with, I'll say it again, the entire media was after Mr. Bangaru Lakshman when he was caught and he was in the docks. And the same Mr. Tarun Tejpal had taken this story through. Why should the media not take this story through now?
Well, the media needs nobody, no politicians or no causerities permission to take a story forward. And certainly not. In this case, Tarun Tejpal is not the media. The media is certainly, if there is any spirit of the media which comes through, I'd say tonight with firm conviction as a media person myself, the entire spirit and force of the new media is represented in the voice of that young woman who Tarun Tejpal alleged wanted to rape. Last word to Shobha Oza. She's been raising her hand for a long time. Yes, please. Yes, please.
It is, as Arnab has said, let's all stand up for that young girl so that more young girls of this country stand up against atrocities which they go through. And let's all have faith in our judiciary, and no one is about judiciary. Let's put that point across very clearly.
Next time,
whether Mr. Tejpal would be punished or not.
The day Lalitha, Kumaramangalam and Shobha Oza can have a joint press conference on that and you decide to bury your differences on these issues and not make them political, the women of this country will also be strengthened. Shobha Oza, to everyone, to you.
Willing to do it.
To you, yes, she says she's more than willing to do it. To all of you, to all of you for joining me, thank you very much. This coverage will continue tomorrow morning. Anytime after 10 o'clock, the matter comes back in court and there should be a decision by about noon. Thank you for watching debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.